All right, everybody, we got another badass show coming at you here shortly. We are hanging out in the Hell and High Water Studios, drinking some good Spindle Tap beer. Just had some Frank's Pizza. Who's going to be on tonight?
Tonight we have the brotherly love of Forever Miles. We have brothers AJ and Andy Martinez.
All right, so we're going to listen to some Forever Miles. We're going to talk about it. And this is all brought to you by Adley Law Firm. So if you have anything you need assistance for, I think, what would you talk about earlier? You were walking and something?
I was walking and I was lost, and they helped me find a witness.
And they helped you find a witness. So if you need any assistance, Adley Law Firm. But yeah, let's go and get started.
All right, let's do it.
Well, I say what?
For the fellowship.
This is Vinyl Voices Radio, ESPN 97.5.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm John Dooman.
Jesse Sandehan.
All right, welcome to this week's episode of Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN. I'm John Denman. He is Jesse Sandejas. And we're hanging out tonight. We're going to have a really good show. It's going to be fun. Yep. We're going to listen to some music, listen to some songs. We're going to talk about them. And Jesse, I can tell you it's already going to start off well because I have two open beers in front of me somehow.
That's double-fisted.
Apparently.
I have joined you now.
Join in the fun.
I don't know
in the fun.
how many you'll have in front of you at the end of the show, but starting with two that's a good start.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about who's going to be on.
All right, tonight we have Forever Miles. So this is a veteran band. We have half the band here.
Half the band, yeah.
Yep. Siblings, AJ and Andy Martinez. We're going to hear their story through these songs tonight that we're going to play. I always feel weird about like trying to describe what a band sounds like. I think it's better just to, let folks listen, but...
Yeah, because this one, like Forever Miles was one where there's different aspects of the song that sounds completely different from the genre that you might say that you're in.
It's like a mashup.
It really is.
Four different songs together.
Yeah, and it bounces around. Other than like the drums are constantly just wailing.
Yeah,
There's just like extra drums and all
I'm
of
sorry.
it. I want to apologize for that because that's the first thing when I was listening to it, I'm like, man, those drums are
I mean, there's like one or two songs that start off and I'm like, is this hot for teacher? Because like, it's like,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And yes, we are.
some of them.
Some of them.
Not all of them.
No.
Oh, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I think, even without going into like a description of what the band sounds like, we were talking a little bit earlier, and it's just high musicianship. Like all four of you are just like so skilled at what you do on your instruments. That, to me, that's like the thing that really leaps out about the band. So I guess just tell us a little bit about that, how kind of this thing Voltron together.
Me and Andy are brothers. We've always played music together from when we were kids, through our family. And I started this band when I was 16 with my father and our family friend. And it was something that we did in between other bands, going in and out for a long time. And in 2018, we decided to do it all the way, 100%. And it really came together with this lineup during COVID. We just released an album, canceled all the tours, and we were in the middle of COVID, and we had a replacement bass player come in named Sergio. And I'm not going to say the bar, but this bar used to let us practice during COVID, and it was like speakeasy style. And we paid them $100 for us to practice all night. We had a couple friends over supporting that local bar, used to pay the bartender. And that's how we formed this version of this band. And that's when I think like Forever Miles started, was getting Sergio, and he was kind of saved the band. He saved the band in a lot of words, or very few words. And then his partner, Rochelle, joined the band, and we started writing music all through COVID. And then 2021, we decided to record them, and this is the product of it.
Yeah.
All of these songs that we poured a lot of energy and a lot of time into because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, it's definitely a true testament to everybody's musicianship on different genres and different bands we were in and finally coming
Very
together.
different genres, all of us.
Yeah, and it kind of just made it easy when we got into a practice room, and it's kind of one of those things where it was an intention of just jamming, middle of COVID. Let's just see if we can put something together. And it kind of just made it so easy. And I think within the first couple months, we were already like, well, let's write
do
this.
this.
Just finish writing this EP that we just threw together. And then, I don't know, it's just turned out, it just kind of blew up from there and got the ball running.
Yeah, well, the first song that we're going to listen to, it definitely is one that throughout the whole song, it changes a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, but you just kind of follow through it, and you're like, all right. And then I'll say, like, oh, listen to that.
We
And
wrote
then
that in 30 minutes.
the guitars come in.
That was the first song we wrote.
That's the first song we wrote together. We wrote it in 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Well, we should listen to it.
Well, let's do it, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So it's this one is Sundancing.
You say you wanna leave with me, but the ugly part is here to stay. Who's trying to pull me in and I seem crazy? You scream and say you want it your way. Yeah. Spend my heart and dancing all away. Who's trying to feel love in a mouth this way? Yeah. Oh, girl, stop your crying. Won't you dance with me? Oh, you're fighting. Say a little, stay with me. Don't you walk away with him, but the answers don't sit right with me. Who's crying to sit and stare and throw it away? Yeah. Oh, girl, stop your crying. Won't you dance with me? Oh, you're fighting. Say a little, stay with me. Stop your crying. Won't you dance with me? Say a little, stay with me.
Yeah.
That's a song.
That's what that song takes you through places.
It was the first one where we kind of all just looked at each other and we're like, holy shit, we just did that in 30 minutes. And then we just refined it. That's actually recorded at our buddy's house in Austin. The whole album is, apart for one song, we just recorded it in a living room.
Wow. So the album is also Sundancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So original. I'm just kidding.
But it just dropped.
Yeah, it dropped in August.
August.
Yeah.
By
August 19th.
by accident.
By accident.
Yeah, we didn't. We were just gonna do the single, and then we accidentally uploaded the entire EP. So
Hate it when that happens.
you're welcome. We're like, holy, there's a whole album up there. I was like, well, I guess we can't do it now because everyone's listening to it. So
Yeah.
you don't want to lose your metrics. I was like, you know what?
Let's
There's
roll
bigger
with it.
problems in the world, I guess.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, we surprised y'all with the whole album.
Well, now we get to play more today, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, so that one, I was talking about like the horns coming in on it. Always badass.
Yeah, they're layered. Rochelle is an amazing, talented musician, and she was in the studio, and a lot of them were just single trumpet lines. And whatever she did on this recording just made it it's like almost like 20 Rochelles, it feels like. And she just has it. She's the only person to ever play my guitar solos back to me on trumpet. And we just match each other's like melodic energy. And it's awesome. She's a rock star.
Yeah.
Sure.
She's the true rock star of the band.
I mean, it's pretty cool though when you find folks like that. You know, her and Sergio, because I mean, the two of you have been playing music.
Our lives.
Yeah, I mean, so you basically kind of know each other and can read each other that way. So to just happen upon people that also, you know, kind of vibe that way.
Yeah, it's really great because, you know, we've been playing so long that we kind of know how each other writes and we can work off of that. And to kind of open up our, you know, like our way of writing with them and being so close to them already kind of is like a breath of fresh air of like writing and keeping, not breaking apart from it, but adding it in and being more of a full sound instead of, you know, maybe the two ways that we
Different
were.
entities clashing together.
Yeah,
Right.
instead of it clashing, it kind of makes it more full.
And it helps too. We're really good friends. So now we're best friends, and we have been best friends for a while now. So it's a lot easier to have like that human dynamic in front of like four people being in one room that all respect each other and love each other. So it's very easy. It's like we're having a conversation when we play our instruments.
Yeah.
It's very respectful. Everybody gets to try what they want to. No one's ever saying no. It's a very low percentage of the time someone's like, I don't think that needs to be right there, but everyone will take it in and be like, okay, well, let's try it out. Let's do everything. There's a lot of mutual respect in the band, and everybody knows kind of like how to deal with each other and musically, and it's a very healthy music experience.
Yeah, well, you have so many people, like, everybody's bringing something to the table in every song.
And they're the best of what they do. It's awesome.
I mean, you can really hear it in that song too, because you get to certain points where it's just like everybody's got that space to kind of do their thing, and you can
breathe.
Yeah, and that's nice, especially when you have skilled musicians. You know, if you're a listener, you want to hear that. You know, I want to hear, you know, this guitar go off for a minute. You know, or
Yeah, it's almost has like a poppy sound, but it's, you know, the single we picked, and it has its intricate parts, but it also has the time to breathe, and that makes it more enjoyable, at least for us while we were writing it.
For that whole 30 minutes, right?
Hey, yeah, that whole 30 minutes.
I wrote a catchy ass melodic part in the
Y'all-
chorus, and I'm proud of myself.
that's like an episode of Friends. 30 minutes. That's a sitcom time. I'm just saying.
That's it.
Just plays over.
Looks at the crowd.
Kind of just talking about that space that you guys allow each other in the song. Kind
I
of
have a
make.
problem with the dual beers now. I'm like, which one is fine? Who's not?
That's why you have
Sorry, I
two
didn't mean to
hands.
interrupt you. Sorry. I was having a crisis right now. I was like, which beer is
Frank's
which?
Pizza really is the best pizza, you know?
It's the best.
I need a lawyer for this.
All right, I don't know where I was going.
Which camera?
I think we're derailed now.
All right, maybe it's time to take a break then.
Does this have THC in it? No, I'm kidding. Songwriting.
No, we'll talk more when we get back from the break. This is Vinyl Voices Radio. We'll be right back. 30 years, the attorneys at Adley Law Firm have helped navigate their clients through car and truck accidents, premise liability claims, and other types of personal injury cases. They are board certified and have an aggressive reputation with insurance companies, and their caring approach to clients has made them one of Houston's best Google-reviewed personal injury firms. Live chat now with an Adley Law Firm representative at adleylawfirm.com or call 713-999-8669 for a free consultation. No fees unless they win your case. 713-999-8669. Key T Wellness, our friends down in Dickinson, is where you need to go if you're feeling sluggish, non-energetic, and non-motivated, not just when you're hungover. Get to know your numbers. As we get a little older, our hormone levels change, men and women. Key T Wellness can help. Weight loss, hormone optimization, low testosterone, B12, Botox, and more. KeyTWellness.com. Why not feel your best again? KeyTWellness.com.
After that quick Frank's Pizza break, we're back with more Vinyl Voices Radio. To radio, to radio, to radio.
All right, we're back. This is Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN. He's Justin Dejas. I am John Denman. They are Forever Miles. Well, you're supposed to, like, if you're uploading music, don't you kind of have to format it in something?
Funny story about that.
Here, you know what? Let's just start a show. Let's just start a show. And let's talk about this.
Sure we've been recording,
actually,
right?
that's a great. I would.
Funny story is when we just dropped Sundancing, when we went to like the playlist curators on like Groover, Submit Hub, Spotify, you have to classify yourself as a genre.
Right.
We did alternative rock, funk, pop rock, rock and roll, and we got rejected by all four. And where the else do you go?
Tell me.
We were having an issue of people being like, this is too funky, back. This is too rock and roll, back. The vocals aren't rock enough, not indie enough. Not enough.
Just another pop song. I was just like, we're a pop band.
We're a pop band. We finally got someone that admitted something. And it was so weird. It was so frustrating because everybody had compliments. This is a great song. We don't have anywhere to place it. But isn't that the point? You know, like, that's so crazy to me. Like, they couldn't put it on any playlist, and like some low curators would take it and be like, this is different than anything we've ever shown on this playlist, and they would promote it. But all the big ones, and I guess that's the issue, they want something that is currently trending or like straight down the line of whatever's going on, because like indie is fading right now, and there's this kind of like 90s grunge thing happening right now, and it's kind of like that's big right now. Turnstile is one of the bigger bands, and they're bringing that kind of thrash rock and roll.
That's a great band.
Yeah, they're great. Andy's seen them. And I like that album, but it's just like now that's it. So now we're not hard enough.
Right.
Now we're too funky. Now we're too poppy.
It's funny you mentioned Turnstile because in one of the songs, I'm trying to remember which one it was, but it was like listening to the guitar, and it was like that, and it was like a little heavier and all this, and I was like, oh, Turnstile. It actually popped in my head.
We haven't gotten that. That's a good one. I want to know what song that is too.
Oh, man.
All right, so we've been having a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
Of course, most of the conversations happen when the cameras aren't on. You know, we're not actually filming anything.
And I don't have anything to say anymore.
And, it was great talking to you, and we learned a lot tonight. But yeah, we're talking about genres, and so that's kind of where, when I was listening to the album, it was where does that fit, you know? And so you have different artists over time that is like, okay, where do they really fit in? I mean, even going back to like Led Zeppelin, even like what were they when they came out? You know, ZZ Top was I mean, maybe they were bluesier than they were rock, and moving all the way up to.
Do you say ZZ Top? You got Pearl Necklace after that. It's just like, where's that going? Where's that going? All of that.
It was like that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's kind of how we were feeling.
We know where it came from.
Well, I know
like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
We don't have to explain that song in 5 minutes.
We played it once, and that was when we recorded. And it was a
And
hit.
she's like, it wasn't 5 minutes. It was more like
2.5. Okay.
Oh man.
But I digress.
Oh Billy.
Dusty.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, I don't know where to put it, and that's kind of been the weird thing is, it feels like you have to put it in something instead of, when we wrote it, we didn't have any thought about that. It was just
Right.
4 people that melded together and made songwriting easy.
Mm-hmm.
And we wrote Sundancing as the first song, and it came together, and it was like, okay, like we did this together. The next time AJ had more solidified lyrics, and that was about it.
I'm
The
a horrible lyrics. It takes months for there's so many shows where I'm just mumbling words and we're figuring it out on stage, and I'm just like, we have in-ears too, so everybody can fucking hear me. And
Just mumbling back your McDonald's order.
everyone's just like, what the
Big Mac.
the heck is he saying, man?
Mac
I'm like,
sauce.
and I'm just trying to get it together, but usually right before we record it, I will write the lyrics a week before we record it. And it's all over the place. But like
It's a good push, though.
But all the songs start out different, and then they kind of mold themselves, and we try them on stage for a long time, and it completely goes to another genre sometimes. Sometimes it's harder. There's a song called F-Bomb on here, which was kind of just a kind of jazzy, little indie track that ended up being one of the hardest songs live, like rock and roll wise. Now we're playing it like it's our last day on earth. Full guitars, full bass, full trumpet, and it was not written that way whatsoever. And
Well, we'll talk about that song too because
things take different form.
yeah, and when I listened to that song, I was like, oh, this one live could really go off.
Yeah, and that's kind of, how do we put something in a genre where, it's just
Don't do it,
music.
right? Yeah, it's just music.
We don't want to classify it as anything, and it was more of like, well, we have played rock music. We are in an alternative group, I guess. But I mean, since we've had this new line,
is a code name for what the am I listening to?
Pretty much.
What
Because
is
that
this?
genre is
It's
one
somewhere-
that is like the most wrecked of any genre, I believe, is alternative.
yeah,
I mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah. So it's kind of a weird thing. Like even when we do this, like you're just like, what genre? And it's like, well, I mean, it's music. Like,
Yeah.
did you vibe to it? We're just, we wrote it and it was
Yeah.
a vibe, and that was.
I mean, we're
more of,
talking
like,
about
just-
music and where it comes from and everything, and I'm like, let's listen to some music. So, can we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We do need to listen to a song.
So I just like the segue. I kind of missed it like a couple of minutes ago. We were talking about McDonald's, but McDonald's has good breakfast. They do have good breakfast. So
Here's breakfast.
here's breakfast.
What a fool of myself to think that you'd stay away from me. Down in my head, I go up and down, side to side, as I bring you down with me. Down in my head. Take the time to realize that you're dead. Take the knife, turn it twice, then you're dead. I don't feel the same inside my head. All my friends are dead.
was saying, I mean, that's a good way to start your day.
It is the opposite of what everybody thinks. I wrote that during COVID. The music was there before COVID. Before Sergio joined the band, we had been practicing it for a while. And we recorded it during COVID, and that's when I wrote the lyrics. But breakfast is kind of like the first meal of the day. And it's about being depressed and not trying to give in to your mind telling you that things would be better without you on the earth. And it is just battling your depression, and it's like breakfast. It's like, oh man, I just don't want to get through the day. And it's like your first meal of confirmation that you are good enough, you're going through the motions, and you are allowed to be on this earth. And that's why the main lyrics is, I don't feel the same inside my head, all my friends are dead. It's everything around you is kind of crumbling, and that kind of goes hand in hand with during COVID and when we recorded it. And yeah, because a lot of people will be like, that's such a great song, man. Is it just talking about, your friends are dead, like you're just moving on to better things? And I'm like, no, it's kind of about
still right there in the middle of it.
You not wanting to fucking live anymore, but it's all good. I love the song. We play it every show, and it goes the hardest.
Well, there's something about a song that is, just like amps people up, but you're like, oh, those are some really depressing lyrics, or the vice versa. It brings, like, it's like the slow, dreary song, but you're like, that's some enlightening lyrics.
Yeah, the way that we play it makes the lyrics sound better. Like it turns the meaning around.
Well,
it's like, oh, this is kind of fucked up, but we're turning this really crappy thing, and everyone's going through this one thing. It ended up turning into a COVID thing, and we're siphoning it through the music, and it's coming out the other end with a better message almost.
Right.
And it makes everybody, it's like one of those songs live where everybody just gets to just release.
Yeah.
And act like a fool for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, it goes really hard live.
Well, that's what when you're sitting there and you're jamming it, you're live. Everybody in the crowd, they're like jumping up and down, going, "Oh, my friends are dead."
Yeah, it's like,
and you're like,
it's like, no, they're not.
They're not.
They're there in front of you, and it's just
That's the
like
point.
kind of like it's a reverse osmosis thing. Like it kind of you get something different out of whatever came in, and it's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it really has that. We're just mentioning. I was, saying it's got, like, to me, that kind of like Panic at the Disco, Killers, Hives, that sort of late 2000s, that where you just want to, like, move, and but it's so
Move away to a different country and start over.
no, but just
find a boat.
But it's just interesting to me, just because we talked about how that first song felt a lot different, just these vast influences. Like, what's the first music that you guys really remember attaching to as brothers? Because
Together,
yeah,
I would say
That's a hard one.
our family's really, really big Beatles fanatics, but
Beatles,
We'll just
probably
skip-
number one.
number one, it will always be Beatles.
That
But
was-
I would say, like,
As you guys got older,
Like
Incubus?
modern. Incubus was, yeah.
Yes.
He bought a CD player for his room when he was like 12 or something.
Yeah.
And he sold like popsicles and stuff to save up money for like a bike.
Popsicles.
at our apartment.
And yeah, he would sell to the kids
20 cents.
popsicles and like pickles. And he had like a business, and he bought a CD player, and he would buy CDs. So our dad had like the classic CDs, and then as we were growing up, as he was getting into like teenage years, he was getting into Incubus, like Panic at the Disco, like these newer bands coming out. So I kind of got like both like sides of it, where I loved the Beatles. Our dad was a huge U2 fan.
Yeah, U2.
So we had.
I know everybody hates on him, but I love you too.
Yeah, we both.
hey, they
love
have
U2.
like 4 or 5 of the best songs ever made.
Nobody wanted that album on their iPhone and iPod.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just get
I
that out
didn't
of the
either,
way.
but I still love them. But they also had like a great album called Pop that was such an innuendo into different kinds of music, because it wasn't their style and people didn't like it.
It got hated on.
It got hated
That's
on
our
a lot.
favorite album. It's so good.
Yeah,
And
but that was kind of a thing back then, though, right? And then I think that mindset's changed now, because you have so many different styles of like bands that are just like, all over the place. Like this song might
Genre
sound,
bending.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Incubus is
genre.
one of those bands, and
They were a funk band.
Yeah.
they were like emulating
also-
Korn and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then every single album after that is so miles away from the one they did
Yeah,
before.
Correct.
touring with
Yeah.
System of a Down, and that's like
That's crazy, right?
That's not.
Who they are now.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of is.
But to be able to do
it's-
that and
yeah.
sustain that energy, right, like, and build your following along the way, on top of being successful.
Yeah,
that is like that seems like a dream for a majority of artists because
That was, I think, one of the bigger things that we inherently didn't notice at first that we loved about bands. I think what we enjoyed most about bands like that was that without really noticing what we liked about the bands other than the music.
Another band would be Stone Temple Pilots too, because they
not-
get a bad rap for being like part of that grunge
Right.
rock. But I mean, the first 2 albums are great, but like after that, everyone kind of forgets about them. And the last 3 of their discography, the middle part,
4.
number 4, Shangri-La Dee Da,
Shangri-La,
and I would say Tiny Music.
Tiny Music.
Are all such underrated, amazing, genre-bending albums.
Also
because-
a brother duo,
Yeah, no,
Bass
also
player,
another
guitar player.
brother duo.
Dean and Robert DeLeo.
Yeah, and those albums, everyone would sing out Plush really out. To find it, to find it. But those other albums after that are completely different in they're jazzy, they're 70s pop, they're hard rock, and everyone always just pays attention to the first 2 albums, and that would be something that inspired us, almost like Incubus. Both mainstream bands, but everyone just kind of stops listening at a certain point. And then there's these other column of albums that are just mind-blowingly just different and in the best way, but still keeping the rock roots. And I think that's what we translate into that of creating songs that are different than the last one that you
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
all right, let's take a break and we get back, we'll talk more. This is Vinyl Voices Radio.
Wired shut right through my mouth so I don't make a sound. All these
KT Wellness, our friends down in Dickinson, is where you need to go if you're feeling sluggish, non-energetic, and non-motivated, not just when you're hungover. Get to know your numbers. As we get a little older, our hormone levels change, men and women. KT Wellness can help. Weight loss, hormone optimization, low testosterone, B12, Botox, and more. KTWellness.com. Why not feel your best again? KTWellness.com. For over 30 years, the attorneys at Adley Law Firm have helped navigate their clients through car and truck accidents, premise liability claims, and other types of personal injury cases. They are board certified and have an aggressive reputation with insurance companies, and their caring approach to clients has made them one of Houston's best Google-reviewed personal injury firms. Live chat now with an Adley Law Firm representative at adleylawfirm.com or call 713-999-8669 for a free consultation. No fees unless they win your case. 713-999-8669.
Welcome to Vinyl Voices with your hosts, John Denman and Jesse Sandejas, where the music flows as freely as the beer.
from every dream. 'Cause when I open my eyes, a place in
Hey, we're on Vinyl Voices. I'm Adrian from Forever Miles,
And I'm Andy from Forever Miles.
and this is another single coming up, Walk Away.
I have these stitches and bridges that make my life such a drag. A thorn in your side you wish that you never had. But you lied to me when you said slowly starts running away. But you lied to me when you set me free. As your loneliness is slipping away. But you're moving on as I'm hanging on. But my loneliness is slipping away.
Oh, talking about the memory thing, we all use in-ears live right now,
Yeah.
and I cannot recite my own lyrics if my life depended on it. And I have to redo my lyrics right before a show and be like, okay, this line, this line, this line, and it never fucking fails. By the time I get on stage, it's like brain fart. Like it's nothing. I am just a shell of a human at that point, and I can never remember. Andy always laughs at me because we can all hear, right? It's not like monitors. We're in each other's ears, so they can hear me just ramble about random shit. And it's just, and they just look. There's a few videos I just found recently. I just started uploading all our live footage, and where everybody just looks at me like, the heck did you just say? I'm like, yeah, there's a rat tooth in the Wendy's burger. That's not the lyrics. That's not the lyrics at all. That's not how we wrote it. There's a recording. Why don't you learn your own lyrics?
This next time, just sort of, when you're sitting there singing, just be like, and then I had some French pizza.
Yeah,
It was really good.
Sorry.
I don't have the
I'm
Wendy's
so
app, so I don't know what
confused.
really
I don't know.
I'm gonna need an inhaler.
I don't think I've
after
sat in
this.
a Wendy's line enough to do that.
Yeah.
What is that? Butyrol? Where's that butyrol? Right? I need a good shot of that butyrol. Open up the airwaves.
Oh, I know. We're good.
Yeah.
We are not sponsored by Big Pharma.
All right. Wendy's memory I remember.
See, that
is
even
Wendy's.
Should we talk
I
about
should do
this
that
song?
more.
Okay.
3 minutes. All right.
All right, so this song is different from the other two.
It's a jam.
It's
a
about
bop.
a serial killer and the conversation between a serial killer and the guy that's tied up.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Felt like a movie.
And it's F-bomb.
that's wild.
It was a working title, and I didn't want to rename it, so it's F-bomb.
How did it end up working out?
Wait, what song are we talking about?
Oh, which one's next?
Oh, the next
F-bomb?
one's F-bomb.
F-bomb, yeah.
Yeah.
F-bomb.
But we're not
Yeah,
talking about
it's
that
a-
one. We're talking about Walk Away. Walk Away.
Oh, walk away.
Yeah.
Oh, walk away. It's just a bad breakup.
Yeah.
It's just, look at me now.
But that's a teaser for the next song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Segment 4.
Yeah.
Y'all have
Didn't
to
hear
come back to
anything
that
I
one.
just said.
It's a story. You know, you listen to them in the right order. You really get something out of it.
We get all of these stories, and
There's a book coming soon. Trust me.
we put them in a little cool. I have like a little 8-ball globe, and it just tells me what
Yes.
the song is about.
What do I say?
Serial killer, got it.
Yep.
Name
okay.
it something completely different. F-bomb. All right.
Give me
all
a
right.
theme.
We're on a roll. I'm on a roll. Never.
No, but Walk Away is a bop.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a jam.
It
It's a
is.
vibe.
Yeah.
It's all these songs are really super fun to play at a live show.
I can always think about my ex-girlfriend while I'm on stage.
That's-
while I'm singing the lyrics.
Good and bad?
Jesus Christ, AJ.
Both.
Yeah.
He says that live too, to the audience.
Oh my god, Andy had to tone me down from my stories on stage, so now we just play music.
That's all you say. And then just play music.
It was one bad story one night at a bar, and I will.
No, it's not one bad. It's the same story told multiple nights.
That will be like an after-hours podcast.
That'll be the 5th segment.
Yeah, segment 5.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have to redact that whole thing.
All right, well, get a little breakup song.
Yeah, the old breakup song.
A little bit. I mean, you got an
I
album.
think it kind of resembles a track by Kinky Friedman that I heard before, and I vented that through the lyrics and the music, and I think that it came out really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a resemblance.
I remember you talking about that. That was a.
I mean,
We're in the studio.
We had a whole conversation about it.
is there
It
a
was really-
breakup song that resonates with you? Because that one I like because it's kind of like, you know, it's like in your face. It's like, you know, it's not sad and pouty. It's like, you know, it's got some like.
I mean, yeah, so who broke up with? I mean, sounds
It
like.
comes
Yeah,
off
that
a
sounds
little
like a long story.
insecure,
Look at
and
Andy.
proud of it.
Andy's like,
That's
we're
a
not
loaded
going
question.
there.
You don't know what you're asking.
But is there a breakup song that is just one that's like,
Ooh,
yeah,
I don't listen
way
to,
too many.
I don't listen to breakup songs.
Oh man, unfortunately, I hear them all through my house a whole lot.
right? They're all Taylor Swift
They're all
songs,
Taylor
right?
Swift songs.
Oh, you know what? It's a deep cut, but there's a song by Little Dragon called Twice. If you ever want to cry, that's what it is.
No,
I
but-
zoned out for a second. I went into a hardcore deep memory. What?
I know.
Oh, we're ending the show now.
Oh, okay. I need you with me at all times. Someone's like, we're done. I'm like, okay, well.
We're ending the radio.
Unfortunately, we do have to end the show. You know, we're time constrained on some ESPN radio, but it's been fun. Appreciate
We
you
love
guys hanging
ESPN.
out. And go sports, right?
Go sports.
I love sports.
Andy's a sports person. I'm like, yeah, ball.
Yeah, sports ball.
Team.
Go Texans. Go Astros.
That's it. Support the locals. But no, appreciate you guys coming
And the
and
Rockets.
hanging out, man.
Thanks
it's
for
been a
having
lot of
us.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. It was
Stick
really
around
fun.
for the fourth segment, which, you know, if you're listening now, you'll hear this on another show coming up. This is Vinyl Voices Radio, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Frank's Pizza, Spinal Tap Brewery, and of course, Adley Law Firm.
Adley.
Adley Law Firm. And on behalf of DJ Muskratch, Jason Esparza, Justin DeHaas, and myself, thank you for tuning in, and everybody be safe, and we'll talk to you next week.